You know that feeling of failure. You weren't really feeling it, but then suddenly you stopped and thought about the past. You remembered what you used to say a few years ago, what you wanted. You remembered who you wanted to be by the time you turned 30, and then you start feeling like a failure because you realize time has passed and nothing really changed. Maybe things have changed, but not in the way you wanted, right? You still haven't built the amazing life you dreamed of. Looking back is a double-edged sword. While it brings some nice memories, it also shoves in your face all the time you've wasted, and that's when the feeling of defeat hits. You lost to your past self, and he's looking at you, not with admiration, but with disappointment. People tend to underestimate time, but it can be our greatest enemy, and it seems like the more time we have, the more we underestimate it. You know that assignment you need to finish next month? You're only going to start it the day before it's due. Why? Because that's when you've run out of time to waste. You either use what's left or get punished for it. It's that classic question. If you knew you were going to die in a week, what would you do with that time? You'd probably enjoy life in your own way. But thank God we have our whole lives ahead of us. We can have ideas, make plans, start taking action, fail, try again. We have time for that. But instead, we always make the same fatal mistake. We leave it for tomorrow. And if we actually did leave it for tomorrow, that wouldn't be so bad. But when tomorrow comes, we do the exact same thing. And days turn into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. And that's how we keep postponing all our dreams and goals. And one day, 5 years later, you stop and think about all this, and you're hit with this awful feeling that you haven't done anything meaningful in all that time. But hold on, I'm not here to remind you of how much of a failure you are, my friend. I'm making this video to help change that. Actually, it's not just for you. I feel this way too. Most of the videos I make carry a message for me as well. They're little reminders to wake myself up. And until they invent a time machine, there's no way to change the past. So keep this in mind. Looking back should always serve as a lesson. We can't change the past, but we can learn from it. Even if you messed up badly, you can still look back, reflect, learn, and correct your course. I know, it's frustrating to feel like you wasted time, and unfortunately, there's no way to get that time back. What's worse is that we know this and still keep wasting time. But what about from now on? Life is happening right now. Just admit that you took a long vacation from your goals and did nothing during that time, but that now things will be different. The next 5 years will be different for you. But more important than the next 5 years are the next few months, the next few weeks, and most importantly, the next few days. Because the next 5 years won't be any different if the next few minutes of your life aren't. The more you delay things to the next moment, the more the next moment arrives, and you still haven't done anything. And yeah, I know this is sounding super motivational, but sometimes we need to hear this. We need that little push. Without this kind of reflection, we rarely have a reason to act. But I want to give you something practical, something that works for me and might work for you too. The idea is that big things are made of medium-sized parts, and medium-sized parts are made of tiny things. I always like to use my channel as an example. I'm just starting out, and let's say the goal is for this to become a big channel where I can share my ideas and create better and better animations with a large audience watching. That's something I want to achieve. But if I only focus on that big goal, I might freeze, I might put it off, and that tomorrow might never come. Especially because, let's be honest, I don't even know how to do all that yet. But I do know I need a YouTube account, then a name for the channel, then I need an idea for a video. Then I have to write the script, then I need to produce the video, then I need a thumbnail, and finally I have to upload it. And of course, I need to do all that consistently. The sum of all that is a YouTube channel. I know my animation isn't the best yet. There are so many things I still want to improve, but I'm not going to let perfectionism stop me. After all, I've got a life outside of this and bills to pay, but I'm committing to doing. I'm getting my hands dirty. Over time, I'll come up with better ideas, better scripts, better videos, better thumbnails, and as a result, I'll get better outcomes. And who knows, maybe I'll actually reach that final goal. But none of that will be possible if I just keep thinking and not doing. You don't level up in a game just by looking at the scenery and imagining what you'll do next. You have to play, mess up, die like 20 times until you adjust your mechanics, get better, and finally beat the level. That said, here's a super simple trick, the 2-minute rule. You know when you think, today I'm going to work out, and your brain immediately yells, let's do it tomorrow. So, trick your brain. You don't need to work out for an hour. You just need to put on your sneakers, or open the book and read 1 page, or write 1 sentence. Your brain can't argue with 2 minutes. The trick behind it is, once you start, your body gains momentum. Suddenly you've run for 20 minutes, read 10 pages, finish that task that felt impossible. You know that feeling. You don't want to go somewhere, but you end up going and then you have a blast. Sometimes all we need is to start in the simplest way we're willing to. Remember, big things are made of small things. Don't underestimate them. If you're too lazy to go out for a walk, just getting dressed already changes everything, and because you're physically putting your body in a state of readiness, your brain loses some of its power to convince you not to do it. And when you go out for that walk, tell yourself you're just going to take it easy. You'll see that the giant monster you built in your head isn't that big after all. But there's another trick that works really well. It's called habit stacking. Here, you use habits you already have in your routine to help build new ones. For example, if you want to start reading, a good idea might be to pair reading with your morning coffee. In my case, I use reading as a way to wind down and fall asleep, because I always want to stay awake until I can't anymore. But if I get ready for bed and read a book, I pass out. But you get the point. You'll do it your way. Maybe you'll want to read during your lunch break, during that downtime before going back to work. Maybe during your coffee break, you'll practice your drawing skills a bit. At the end of the day, you'll build the habit of setting out your clothes to go for a walk the next morning. Maybe while cooking, you'll watch a video about a skill you want to learn, or maybe you'll write down some of your ideas. Maybe before your morning shower, you'll do a short workout. It's up to you, based on your goals. But the idea stays the same, small actions. These small actions can trigger a domino effect that makes your days look totally different. And you get it by now. Different days lead to different weeks, which lead to different months, and turn you into a whole new person in a few years. Don't underestimate the power of small actions. I know you could do it tomorrow, but you can do it today. And without being dramatic, can you really do it tomorrow? And I swear,
That's not a threat.
but the truth is, life is uncertain. Tomorrow might be too late. And even if tomorrow does come, how do you want to feel? Frustrated and full of regrets, or proud and fulfilled? The good news is, you are the past of your future. So you still have time to change your story. And I think tomorrow you'll feel really bad if you've watched this whole video and didn't leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So go ahead and support me, because I'm also here trying not to disappoint myself tomorrow.